But real quick, because like this is IRL, I feel like I don't have a lot to do or talk about since this is a relatively dead stream, as always. So I'm gonna show you some shit that I have, like, what do you call it, have been working on, where like I tried to produce the beats for them. And then I'll show you this beat that I bought from Thornskin, because yeah, I found out he produced the beat for Without a Friend, and he produces his own beats, and he told me that he like sells them from time to time. So I unexpectedly bought a beat from him, because like that shit is dope. It's like a shoegaze type beat, which isn't exactly the direction I'm trying to go in, but I would really like to experiment with more of that like alternative side of things, as well as like even alternative rock. Like I recently made a song called Belong to Me. There's a snippet of it in my going to the studio for the first time vlog, but it's like a Linkin Park inspired type song. So like I have been digging around with it. Like I said, it's just tricky because like I wanna have like a definition. This is Sufferplenty, but also be able to like indulge in other things. Let me see here. What have I been working on, bro? What have I been working on? Wow, this is my stuff. Some of these have been like self-produced. Like there was a lot of, I don't know, I think it was 2021 to 2022 I really started tapping into making my own beats, and then I just never really went anywhere and like finished them. The one thing that really sticks out to me a lot is like, I'll pull these both up actually, is like this one really stood out to me a lot, and then also Calm Down, there it is, 10/26/21. And I have like vocal examples and everything. It's all dog shit right now because it's like in the works, but I'll show you some things because we have the time, and I'm just chilling, man. And I really love my own music. I really went from like being like, oh, you shouldn't like your own music, like that's weird, like you shouldn't, I don't know, but then I was like, damn, like Russ says you need to be your biggest fan, and like holy shit, like you're totally right. Like if you don't like your own shit, who's gonna like your stuff, right? And like I found out like Gucci Highwaters listens to his own music, and it's like, oh, like it's totally okay and acceptable. Like it's not a cocky thing at all to like your own music and want to listen to it, you know what I mean? So nowadays I like really love this shit and like make music that even I'm like, yeah, I would listen to this, I like this a lot. And I feel like with these songs, bro, I've been sitting on these for so long, but like I can't even like do anything with them or release them until the beat is worked out. But like some of these are my favorite songs. Like I think I'm sitting on my best songs right now. And it's also kind of weird because it's like, I have so much vaulted and I have made so much content, and I've been so slow about releasing it that I feel like the timeline is really messed up, because like now I have songs from like I wish I could have released all of my songs in the correct order so that you could really hear and see my evolution, but instead you're seeing my evolution like out of order, and so it's like really janky. But I feel like I was going in some weird direction in 2021 and like 2022, so it'll be interesting to see what it's like. But this is kind of like what I was doing around this time, and this will eventually be out, but like it's very like definitely needs some work with the progressions and stuff, but I'm not sure like what else to do. And the lyrics also need work. There's a certain part that's like messed up. Which screen this is gonna pull up on? I don't know why I was expecting an audience. Lack of love. Yeah, this is the part that needs help. Everybody says they're proud, but they don't care. When bad things happen, it's too late for me, because I am a girl. And also, like, you can hear like the claps and all that. It just sounds like offbeat. And like it doesn't go together. But the structure it is like what I want. Like the structure and the progression is pretty much like the idea I have in mind. I just need help like executing it and figuring out how to execute that on my own in the future. I really love the chorus though, and if you can't understand what the fuck I'm saying because it's a demo, there are the lyrics. Oh, dude, I never. Oops. Forgot about that. Oops. Forgot to send the announcement for Discord. Anyway, there's a lot of different like things going on here, like this. Like it's a little, but I feel like I feel like there's a big difference. Like it adds some sort of emotional aspect there. Like it adds something. Like that right there, I don't know what that is, but that with the guitar makes me feel something, bro. And like this guitar loop right here, ugh. And with the 808s, ugh, like that shit's so fucking good, bro. I just need to figure out like how to pinpoint it. I have such a fire idea with this because like this song specifically is one of my favorites. I think specifically because it's like, it's so like it might not seem like it to an outside perspective, but I feel like it's so out there for me, especially for this time decade. Like I used to not want to be caught up in politics and say anything controversial in my songs. And now I just kind of like want to do what the fuck I want to do and talk about whatever I want to do, whatever I want, whether that has like whether it's controversial or not, basically. Like I just want to do what I want to do and talk about what I want to talk about. And so like with this song, I specifically talk about capitalism and like let me see what the lyric was specifically. Oh yeah, fucking hate this capitalistic system failing me. Yeah, that. Like I love that line so much. Like I don't really care because freedom isn't free and existing isn't easy because it isn't cheap. Fucking hate this capitalistic system failing me. Like like I love that shit so much, dude. And then like the chorus I think too is like my favorite too, because like I feel like it doesn't make sense to people right now, but I feel like when I make it and like when this becomes, because it's not even an if, it's about when, because like it doesn't matter if you're doing something for 7 years or 17 years, however long it takes, if you just keep doing something, like at some point it's going to take off, you know what I mean? So it's not an if, it's a when. But I feel like I have that vision and like that manifestation, like my energy, like I'm attracting my music to like blow up. And so I feel like with that and like within my head, the fact that I've already made it, it's just not like I don't know, like in my head I've already made it, but obviously that's not the case, right? So I feel like there's so much like intensity behind that concept that like I put it in this song. And so like I don't know why I was expecting an audience. Like I feel like the chorus is just so like out there. Like the whole song, I just feel like it's so out there. Like just, I don't know, it feels like angsty, but not in like a teenage angst kind of way. Like it's different. I don't know. But I fucking overall just really heavy fuck with this song. And like I'm really like, this song has a whole concept behind it. And like to just be in my head so much and like have so many ideas and visions. I don't know, I feel so intense about all of it, because like with this specific song, additionally, like originally it wasn't called Calm Down, it was going to be like Let Me Be Your Reason, because like throughout this I would like to have screaming backup vocals, or like at the end like screaming backup vocals, or something where I say let me be your reason, and it like ties with what I'm talking about. But I decided to call it Calm Down instead, and then put it on an album called Let Me Be Your Reason. And like I feel like that's gonna be such a dope album, but I already have so many albums like in the works alongside all the songs and singles that I already have in the works, that it's like this isn't going to be a thing for so long. Like I have no idea when that will happen or what it will look like, but it's just like so intense thinking about what that might look like and what it might be, and like how it could be but it can't yet. So I'm really excited for this song, and like to see it through and eventually release it. And like there's this image, bro, like when I hear this song, like there's this image in my head because it reminds me of capitalism. And it's like this picture. It was my, oh my god, dude, I'm outing myself so bad right now, but when I was younger, when I was like 14, I was on Kick, and it was my profile picture for the longest time. So like the artwork, I want it to be like inspired by that. And so there's gonna be like tape on my mouth, and it's like I'm gonna be like, the artwork's gonna be like me looking like I'm like being held captive. And I wish I could find what I'm talking about, the little image, because I know exactly what it was. It was my Kick profile for the longest time, but it was like this emo dude, not like an actual guy. It's like an animation, like an animated character of sorts, and he's got like duct tape on his mouth. But yeah, that's gonna be like the artwork. I just had to figure it out. But then there's this. This is probably very unlikely going to be the artwork. Very super unlikely. And yeah, I use paint.net. I finally got Adobe. Shout out one of my friends who gave it to me for free, and I still just haven't really used it because I don't know how to use it. It's really hard, dude. Oh my god, Photoshop is so hard. So I'm using my shit ass paint.net still, but that's the artwork ID that I had before. Obviously not gonna use that now because I think it's child's play, which is like my idea of low quality. Anything that's child's play in my vocab is like just kind of basic, kind of mid. But y'all know that I don't really know what it was, if it was a TikTok or if it was just something that occurred around this time, but it was this thing that me and Joan heard and we were obsessed with for a long time, and it's, don't you feel silly? Don't you feel stupid? Don't you feel a little ashamed? So I decided to sample it for the song, hence why it's called I'm Ashamed. So when I be making beats,
silly?
This is what it would be like.
Stupid? Don't you feel a little ashamed?
Yeah, so that's the sample, and then this is what I ended up making. Because like I said, like around this time I was just making a lot of beats, trying to, and like you can even hear with these, like they have a theme as well. Like it's very unique. Like when you make your own beats, even if they're dog shit, they're unique because you made them. Like it's so insane because it's so simple. I know that's so simple, but like it's just so crazy because it's just a matter of like you can make a beat, but you also want it to be good. So that's the wall.
Don't you feel stupid? Don't you feel
A little ashamed.
Don't you feel silly?
I feel like it's also hard. Like
Don't you feel stupid?
I like to sample stuff a lot, so I feel like that works a lot with beats, but I feel like that's also tricky because like I would want to put vocals on this, and like I have like lyrics or whatever, like rough lyrics, but like it's so hard when you sample something like to actually put those lyrics on it, like when they overlap with the sample.
Don't you feel a little ashamed?
No, you could just sit on the bed though, because I would have to rearrange the whole stream anyway. But yeah, like I was getting somewhere here. Like, I feel like this was a little bit better, a little more on beat, and you can see the fucking vision. Like, even if it's not like insanely good, it doesn't sound like super high quality or like I know what I'm doing, because I don't know what I'm doing. You can still see like I made this, like I made the progression, I put it together, like this is my vision. So now I just have to bring somebody else in here who knows what they're doing, and they can help me like bring it to life, basically.
Don't you feel a little ashamed? Don't you feel
Because I feel like
silly?
that shit's hard as hell.
Don't you feel stupid?
I'll show you one more little beat thing that I was doing. There's one in specific that like, I think it was called Home, and I don't even know if I was gonna put lyrics or anything on it. I feel like everything here kind of got mixed up. But it was like a lo-fi beat type thing, and I was considering not even putting, what do you call it? Not even putting any vocals on it. But also, I do have something going on with that. Yeah, did have some lyrics. It was just about the execution, but where the hell did I put everything? Because like I went through and I like organized everything. I used to have like all my songs in a folder, but then I started organizing them because there was too many, and like also putting the dates on them because I realized I was getting so backed up, and now I've just never caught up, which I don't know if that's normal or not. Because we also have, this is the vault. This is like the vault. Like there's a lot of shit. Like even this, Where Does It End With You? This was something that I put on Instagram so long ago, and it was like an acoustic thing that I did, like actually did on a guitar. Crazy. Yes, this is what I'm looking for. I don't even remember, like I think I did make like, I don't know, I did make like some sort of lyrics, but I was kind of just leaving this as like, I don't even know, man, like just a actual beat, because like I fell in love with the way that it sounded, and I honestly haven't even heard this in like 2 years. I like forgot it even existed, but I remember sending it to my friend, because this was like one of the first beats that I made in 2021, 2022, probably 2022, like later. Like I had been trying to make beats consistently for a while, and I feel like this was the one that was like the most put together and like coherent. Like it actually sounds like good, and like you can even see like with the coloring, I was getting a lot more organized and better at it, just not like actually like good. But I do think this one is more solid than any of the other beats that I made, because like I haven't made a beat since this time period, and this was like all on the computer too. Like I didn't use my MIDI keyboard because I still haven't figured that out. My mom bought that MIDI keyboard for me as a Christmas present in 2022 because I was actually making these beats. I was planning to get more into it. Bridge pattern. I don't know. I don't know what was going on with that.
Covered.
And then real quick, since I got really off topic here, never a bad thing. I need to download this beat before I forget, and then I can show it to you because I need to download it anyway. But I'll show you the beat that I bought from Thornskin. It's pretty dope, and it's actually like the BPM that I typically like. I actually like, when I heard it, I wasn't even sure that I was gonna buy it. I was kind of like, oh man, I really shouldn't, but I don't know, it kind of grew on me, and then I'm like, fuck, I love Thornskin's music so much that I really want to experiment with that direction, so like, fuck it, right? So I bought it, and I'll probably do something, but it sounds so good. I love how high quality, like, you can just hear, like, when somebody knows what they're doing, like, it sounds high quality. But this is Earthling, produced by Thornskin. I need to ask him if, like, he wants, like, credits, because, like, I would like to credit him, but, like, I don't want to... I feel like when you're buying beats from somebody that, like, also makes music, like, you don't want to just put prod, like, give them credits, because then it might show up on their music page, and they might not be okay with that, you know what I mean? So I gotta ask for clarification, because I'm not trying to clout chase. I just genuinely, like, want to support him and, like, fuck with the style of beats that he makes. Oh, but I can show you actually. The one song I will show you. I'll show you the song that literally like just put us in this whole conversation. They don't have an A and B for it. Don't even try. Dude, are you serious? Alright, well anyway, that's the beat that I purchased. It's very dope. Like, it literally sounds like him. Like, it sounds like his sound because he made it, but it's so good.